what is the absolute least I can do to understand my life and to make my life meaningful and to transform my experience? And yet that's the common question, what's the quick way? What's the easiest way? I see it. I was just, on YouTube, I was posting one of these teachings, and there I saw it, how to eliminate depression in 2 minutes, and then it's like, what? Wow, you can eliminate depression in 2 minutes. How to lose belly fat in 5 minutes a day, and here's this, and when we look at our commercials and advertisements and what people are selling, everybody's selling the quickest, easiest, least effortful way of achieving whatever it is and making these fantastical claims. It's sad. It's counterintuitive to meaning and purpose and understanding, and it's counter to how life is. That if I want the results to transform my life, I need to create the causes to transform my life. And so he's saying here, let's not, what's this quick blessing? I mean, people all the time want this empowerment. If I do this one thing, then all my obscurations are removed, or if I go do this retreat thing or this event, then I'll be like that. In truth, transforming our whole experience and unwiring all those knots, and untangling all those knots is a better way of putting it, takes time and consistency. There's a real clear teaching on if I go deep into a forest, let's in this analogy, the forest is of confusion, of habits, of conditioning, of suffering, and I'm 10 miles in. Well, in order to get out, I'm going to have to get 10 miles out. Right? If I go 10 miles in, I'm going to need 10 miles out. Of course, somebody's thinking, well, what if it's only 15 miles and you just keep walking? But that's not the analogy. Is the further I walk into confusion, the deeper I am. So to get out, I need to apply the same effort and energy. And so if I've spent my whole life cultivating habits and conditioning and reactivity and confusion, well, it's going to take some dedicated effort to unravel those habits and those conditionings and those moments of reactivity and gain understanding. The real, I think, inspiring revelation in the times that we are living in is that now researchers and scientists and neuroscientists can actually watch the change take place. They can watch our brain get rewired. They can watch how our gene expression can be dialed up or down. They can now observe and measure how we can transform our very biological nature, heal ourselves, and re-engage with life in ways that are meaningful and purposeful, and become the habits and the conditionings that support such a life. That we can rewire our brains, that new neural pathways can be created, the old ones can be undone. And this is what's been taught for thousands of years, but now we have these tools of measurement. But none of those scientists are saying, I'm going to, get this one little blessing or this one little thing, and your brain and neural pathways, reset. That takes steady, consistent practice and training. And we cultivate long-term traits instead of those little short-term states of pleasure or bliss. And so His Holiness is giving some very clear advice here that let's not try to take a shortcut believing that will actually transform our lives.